Okay, Pete, right, you've got the North Sail up. Let's can you just go over again how you had your setup yesterday in that positioning of the boom over the back quarter?
Okay, so yesterday was sort of light airs. It's basically two modes of sailing. First mode is sort of light airs to medium, and here I'm sort of looking to set my leech, my leech tension by my main sheet, and here I'm looking to knock my traveller down, probably off the centre line, looking about 3 or 4 inches. And here I start to look at my boom, and I try and make sure it's set just on the inside, my back quarter, no further outboard than that. And once I've got that set, as the breeze sort of increases, I start to get a bit of puff there, start to lock down my leech a bit more. And you can see my kicker's slack here, so once I've got that set, I'll then just snug my kicker up, something like that there. So there's still not really much kicker being applied. So when I go through tacks, my boom doesn't sky high, it just sort of goes outwards. So when I come out of the tack, get a nice pump out of the tack.
Right, okay, and just explain that in-haul again. You're using the in-haul rather than the, you sort of fix off the out-haul and you're using the in-haul rather than the out-haul to get the shape in the bottom of the sail.
Pretty much. So on all sails, regarding sail makers, have a slight cut back here to allow for your luff of your sail to come down. So you have a cut back here, and I sort of run that parallel with the back of the mast. So you can see here it's a little bit back here, so I'll just snug that forward. And there I sort of put in a sort of a neutral position. And once that's set, pre-start, I'll then go back to my out-haul.
I'm just having a look actually, because there's still quite a bit of bag in that where you had it set there.
So once I've got that set, I'll then sort of my in-haul's neutral, and then use my out-haul to set my depth roughly where I want it.
Okay.
You know, sort of looking at a fist width there, something like that. And once that's set yesterday, I sort of forgot my out-haul, and I was just focusing on my in-haul after that.
Right.
And the breeze didn't really pick up a great deal, so it didn't really move much. But today, I imagine when the breeze starts to come in and it starts to get a little bit overpowered, I'll start to snug this further forward. And as you see that happen, it'll flatten the base. And if we look towards this first stripe here, of the luff, you'll that starts to slowly come down. Start to add a little miniaturised depower tool.
Just do that again while I'm. Okay.
And it's quite a nice thing as well, because as you go in the room with Mark, first things I do just before I round, about 2 bed lengths away, I just knock it off and forget about it. Because then again you get a deeper base here, it knocks everything up. And as you go around the loo with Mark, instead of looking in the middle to the back of the boat, trying to think, where's my out-haul set, by all the time you're going forward, you can, as your eyes are forward, you're facing forward, you can look at your in-haul, set it back to where you want, and keeping your eyes on the game in front. Get it back to your neutral position. If you go back to your neutral position, your depth is set to where you want it, without having to worry about reaching in, looking over, and just getting a little bit too complicated. Keep it nice and simple.
And I noticed you got, obviously this is the, what is this, Mark? This is the K.
This is the ST2K.
ST2K, and you got camber lines all over it. Is that purely for you, so you can see what you're doing with the shape of the sail, or is it?
A little bit, yeah. So we're starting to look at new sails for the end of this year to 2017. So playing around with various aspects of the sail, and the trim stripes give us a good reading of distribution of shape, so we can go back in the design office and see exactly what we've done and exactly how that compares to reality on the water.
Brilliant. Okay, thanks, mate. No worries.